Have you ever wondered why teenagers and young adults are still fascinated by cartoons, even when they're well beyond Saturday morning cereal and pajamas? It turns out the answer isn't just about nostalgia or quirky animation styles. There's a lot of fascinating science that explains why animated shows captivate us, especially in our late teens and early 20s. Let's unravel the mystery in just 5 minutes. Let's start with the basics: sensory appeal. From the outside, cartoons might look like simple entertainment, but to our brains, they're sensory goldmines. Think about it. Bold colors, energetic music, and exaggerated movements are trademarks of the genre. According to a 2023 study in developmental neuroscience, human brains, teenagers included, remain sensitive to high-contrast visuals and sudden, lively motion well into adolescence. This is because our visual systems, especially in our formative years, are drawn to anything visually distinct. Consider the difference. Compare a hyperactive cartoon chase scene to an average live-action sitcom. The cartoon basically lights up your occipital lobe like a holiday tree on a brain scan. Next up, storytelling. Cartoons may seem unpredictable, but the narrative structure is tailor-made for understanding. They take complex human issues, friendship, honesty, facing fears, and distill them into simple visual allegories with clear cause and effect. Even as we hit our mid to late teens, our brains are hungry for stories where actions have consequences and character motives are obvious. Research from a 2022 cognitive science review shows that animated storytelling doesn't just make comprehension easier, it activates the default mode network, the part of the brain linked with imagination and narrative thinking. That's why a wild, magical world or an anthropomorphic animal's journey is as compelling to a 16-year-old as to anyone younger. But there's more going on than just plot lines and pretty pictures. Cartoons are masters at teaching emotional intelligence. All those oversized eyes, jaw-dropping reactions, and heartfelt musical montages aren't just for show, they're scientifically powerful. According to a 2021 meta-analysis, teenagers actually discern subtle emotional cues better in cartoons than in many live-action shows. Why? Because cartoon characters wear their feelings on their sleeves. Anger is fire red, sadness is stormy blue. It's emotional expression amplified, making it a powerful tool for recognizing and processing feelings, especially in a stage of life when emotions can seem overwhelming. And here's another layer: the phenomenon of parasocial relationships. Even at 16, it's perfectly normal to feel attached to fictional characters, almost as if they were friends. Psychologists call these parasocial bonds, and in 2023, Media Psychology published findings showing that these relationships are not only common, they actually help teens develop real-world social strategies. When you laugh at a goofy cartoon sidekick's antics or feel genuinely moved when the hero faces heartbreak, your brain is rehearsing empathy in a safe, controlled environment. It's social learning through an animated window. Let's not forget the role of imagination and predictability. The appeal of cartoons often comes down to their embrace of the fantastic: shape-shifting cats, castles in the clouds, musical numbers that burst out of nowhere. The human brain, especially in adolescence, still craves the license to imagine, to experiment, to play. A 2022 article in Child Development Perspectives emphasizes that pretend play and magical thinking don't vanish at puberty, they just evolve. Animated shows provide the perfect outlet to keep fantasy alive. Cartoons also offer structure. Even in stories filled with chaos, there's comfort in predictability. The hero's journey, the inevitable slip on a banana peel, the moral that ties everything together, it all gives a reassuring sense of order. For teenagers grappling with unpredictable change, exams, friendships, plans for the future, cartoons offer a slice of certainty where the good guys usually win, and every story eventually makes sense. Putting it all together, cartoons aren't just brightly animated distractions. They grab our senses, simplify the crazy world into digestible narratives, teach us to read feelings, let us test drive relationships, nourish imagination, and guarantee a happy ending more reliable than most things in real life. No wonder so many teens and young adults keep tuning in. So, next time you catch yourself rewatching that animated classic or diving into a new cartoon series with friends, remember, it's not just habit, it's science. If you found this breakdown intriguing, don't forget to like, subscribe, and drop a comment below. What's the cartoon that stuck with you all these years? Thanks for watching.